Hi everyone, I'm Ty and I'm documenting my financial journey in the last year of my 20s. So today I'm going to be talking about my second quarter financial goals specifically. And I think for this one I only have four. I'm not going to be referencing my 2025 goals, but I'm kind of making steps towards my 2025 goals. So, one of my 2025 goals is to get a job or get a new job. And thankfully, I did land that job. So, and I'll be starting at the end of this month, which is March. And I just wanted to kind of clear my head and make sure I am on the right track. So, these these goals for 2025 sorry these goals for the second quarter is going to be to help with my 2025 goals that I made in the beginning of the year. So the first one is going to be to stabilize my new budget. Obviously I'm going to be getting a bigger salary, so I need to make sure that my budget is stable. So to do this, I just need to be consistent with budgeting, and then hopefully that consistency turns into habit. Although I am very good with budgeting my salary every week because at the moment I'm getting paid weekly. Starting April, I'm going to be getting paid bi-weekly. So it is a bit of a change, but I will still be with my current company on a different contract. So I can still be in my new job while working payroll for my current company. And then another one is to have 10 no spend days each month. Right now, because my salary is so low, I'm okay with not spending. So, one of the reasons I would like to do this is to avoid lifestyle creep. And I've also recorded a video about my thoughts on starting this new position. I'm not sure if this will be uploaded before that, but I am planning to upload that before this video. So hopefully it was already uploaded and there's more information in that video. And then I would just want to make sure I'm not overspending and, making sure I'm preparing my food at home, etc. Because it will be again another change for me. It'll be in person this time. And I've been working remotely for 6 years, so that's going to be a huge change for me. And then the third goal that I have is to read one financial book. Yes, only one financial book in a span of 3 months because I do not like nonfiction books. I mostly read nonfiction. I think the most recent fiction book that I have read was Jeanette McCurdy's book, and that was already hard to get through. So I'm not sure if I would like to read more than one financial book a month. It genuinely doesn't interest me. But because this is the first time I'm going to be paid this much money, I would like to make sure that I understand how I look at money, etc. So hopefully I can finish this book by by June. And then another one is to pay off at least 80% of my credit card debt, which I think I'll do. I actually am trying or planning 100. If I'm very aggressive, I'm actually planning to pay 100% of my credit card bill by June, by the end of June, or by the end of this quarter. But I will settle with paying off 80%, excuse me, 80% of my credit card debt. So those are the four financial goals I have for the second quarter. So to achieve all these four goals, I have a few notes that I would like to make sure I am planning and I'm also checking off throughout this quarter. So I'm going to be separating it into three different categories. I'm going to start with my debt. So the first note, or I guess the first, yeah, tiny goal or note, will be prioritizing my brother's debt. Sorry, not his debt, but his car payments and maintenance. This is because um, a lot of it is or has been heavy on our mind. I would like that to be fully complete by the end of June. I believe it'll be done by the end of April. So a lot of what he's prioritizing now in March is his car payment. So hopefully there is not as much anymore in April. And then the second, I would like to fully pay the principal of my Union Bank rewards card. This card I did max out. Um, I think during my family members' hospitalization, so I want to make sure that I get that done because it is my um, priority credit card. And then I still have, I think April will be one, the last installment of one of the installments. And then the rest is on 18-month installment. And I'll have my bestie pay for it because I'm planning to help her pay her debts down, and that's how she's going to be paying me back. And then when I've paid, um, so so my priority is my brother's car, and then when this is settled, I would like to go into my second. So this is basically just a plan, really, not necessarily the goals. Okay, so after I've done with the car payments, I will go to the credit card, the first credit card payments. And then when that is um, paid off, I would like to actually raise how much I'm giving back to my friends. So I borrowed I borrowed money from them during my family member's hospitalization. So I would like to raise the payment to about 500 a week more each weekly because I do pay them back weekly. So I would like to pay an extra 500 each week to them when this is paid off. And I would like to have number 2 by around also the end of April or around the end of April. I just found out that my payment is going to be I think the first week of April and the third week of April. So I don't mind doing this like end of April to start of May. And then and then the next one is raising my friend, how much I pay my friends. I would like this to start at least the start of May or May in general. I would just like to have paid them better starting in May. And then after those are raised, I would like to pay or help pay my brother's smaller debts because um, I just I'm just very thankful for him, and I would like to help him pay for. I would like to give back and pay for his debts because he did pay for my schooling as well. So I specifically my university. So right now he's in a funk. So I think it's my turn to give back to him, and I would like to start that or complete that by end of May. I don't know if that will be complete by the end of May, but I would like to have it in fruition or starting at the end of May. And then I would like to pay most of my BDO credit card off and to only have at least, less than or around 5% utilization. Um, I'm not sure. I think at the moment I'm around 45%. So I would like to get that down. Hopefully, um, I can. If I'm very aggressive with my debt payoff, which means not saving as much, I might be able to do it, but we'll see in the next few months if I will need to save more, and bulk up my sinking funds before I do this. But if I am very aggressive, I think I can also pay this back by the end of May. And then my last debt plan is to pay off my family's refrigerator. My mom will be paying this off in the next few weeks, so I don't need to put too much money. But if this is still not paid off, I would like to pay this off in June. And my family and I are really trying hard to pay this off. And the next one will be savings. So my saving plan, not necessarily a goal, but I would like to have it tracked as like a milestone. Is I would like to have invested 2,500 pesos in Coco Life, which is I think one of my investments in the Philippines. And then I would like to invest. Oops, sorry, this is invest. I would like to add another 1,000 pesos in my Gcash investments. I'm not sure which one I want to invest in right now. I'm not sure yet. And then the third one is I would like to have invested an extra 250 in Betterment. I've had this account for a very long time, so I would just like to continue to add to it. And then lastly, I'll be saving. I would like to have $250 in my contingency fund. So I don't like calling it an emergency fund. I don't like how it sounds. Maybe because I've had so many emergencies this year alone, the word emergency just kind of gives me weird vibes. I don't know. Very boo boo of me. And then I would like to have 200 in my health fund. And then lastly, I would like to have saved 3,000 pesos in my 10,000 challenge in my Philippine bank. I'm doing this, and I would like to have 3,000 pesos in my 10,000 peso challenge that I'm doing with my best friend. So those are the goals for the first quarter of 2025. And then these boxes indicate me checking them off. I do have a few, if you would like to see. Oopsies. I do have a few stickers here that I downloaded for free, so maybe I can add those when I finish. If you have any free stickers or free digital stickers, please let me know. I would like to have them before I start investing in paid digital stickers. These are not necessarily to-dos, but I would just like to have them checked off before I move to the next plan. And thankfully, with digital planning, you can always edit these anytime I would need to. So, those are the goals that I have for next year. Let me actually make this really cute. So, those are my financial goals for this coming quarter. Hopefully, I can achieve all of these goals. And if you have any suggestions on any of my plan, please let me know. Maybe you have ideas on how I should have the plan flow better. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.